And today, today I'm going to share my views from the book Think and Grow Rich, and the topic is the sixth sense. So the sixth sense, it is the 13th principle or 13th step for the riches. It may be defined as an infinite intelligence that communicate voluntarily and without any efforts or any demand by the individual. So it comes up naturally, and it is a portion in our subconscious mind that is referred to as a creative imagination, and it is a receiving set through which idea, plan, and thoughts flash into mind. So these are sometimes called hunches or inspirations. So this is the definition of sixth sense. Usually, what happens in our lifetime, it has happened to us that based on our intuition or based on our strong inner feeling, we have taken a decision and that has worked for us. It may be taking any decisions, so that has worked for us. So we have made a better decision based on our emotion rather than our logic. So the author here, he also shares uh, his views on how he improved his sixth sense by creating a virtual summit with the like-minded people, or with the people whom he want or whom he admired a lot. So he did that. So, and how can we do that? How can we improve our sixth sense? That is, we can follow 5 steps. First, we can meditate in the morning. So by doing that, what is happened that our mind is not cluttered, and we can concentrate and start collecting our thoughts. Second thing is, start small. Means if we cannot meditate for a long span of time, we should try with the smaller chunks, and during that time we have to you know uh, focus on our thoughts. So third step is, we have to create a self-guided meditation and recording. Like by that, I mean to say that whatever we want to accomplish, we have to write it down, record it itself, and keep on listening to that. So that could be a self-medication script for you. And fourth step is, in as you are giving this self-medication script to you. Uh, Spend some time to visualize your interaction with your future self, or with any person or anyone whom you admire. It may be, physically you can sit with him, you can virtually call him up. And last but not the least, just have a notepad and pen with you during meditation, because whenever our sixth sense works, the idea comes up in a flash and it vanishes in a flash. So just note it down, so that those ideas, they don't get vanished. So this is about sixth sense, and we all have the sixth sense in ourselves, just we have to nurture it more. So this is what I would like to share. Thank you.
Wonderful, Saurabh. So even though I got dropped off in between, but I listened to your recording, so I was able to connect the dots when you told. And definitely, everybody will have sixth sense, and so many of us will are not in a position to, because of our busy schedule, we may not be able to see or hear that sixth sense within us. Okay, so it is like Vijay tells, right? It is something which God is trying to communicate to us through it. Okay, so we need to nurture it and make it useful when we get that. So yeah, thank you so much, Saurabh, for sharing that. And Kishore, you want to share about your book summary?
Okay. Uh, Sorry, everyone. I was not prepared for this. Right. Anyways, I will start talking about the summary. So, my name is Kishore Gautam, and I work for a software company. So today, I was busy with my office work. So in 5-10 minutes, I just studied the summary of Build Confidence and Destroy Fear. I will share it with you. So in last book club, I said, one of the action which I had taken, and the incident, whatever happened with me, I was getting inside. uh, I had no idea how to swim, and I faced some trouble in my life. Then I took the action, and I learned how to swim. Right. So the somebody says, action cures fear. Right. Now I thought I can, whenever I see any swimming pool, I jump. Very frequently, and I enjoy that one. So we all have to, whatever fear you have to take action, because life is long, and you, instead of spoiling your life, go get learn and take action to remove those fears. And take inaction, doing nothing about your situation, it will destroy your self confidence. So you should always take action to remove your fear. The next one is you have to put your best ability, best effort to put positive thought into your mind. Right. It's like a memory bank. So whatever you will deposit, the same thing you will withdraw whenever time will come. So you should not keep on telling how bad you are, and you are not good for something. So you have to practice these things, you have to practice. And we all, whether we accept or not, somewhere in the time frame, maybe before, now we all have removed that thing, but earlier we used to say that I'm not good enough, or I'm not able to do this. Maybe my other colleague is very much capable, and we keep on demoralizing ourselves. So don't do that. Put positive thought into your mind, and with practice, we all can achieve it. And the third point is, I mean, we have to put people into the proper perspective. Generally, we have here tendency, like we go into the extreme. To one person, we treat them like a god, and to other person, we say they are just good for nothing. We just dismiss them, right? So we should put them into the proper perspective, and don't be fearful about any person. They are just like human being, like we all are. And whenever you are fearful, think about the way everyone barks. It's rarely they bite. So they are more very more people, they are scared. So other kind of person, he develop a tendency to scare people. They keep on barking always. They are going to eat everyone. So that is not going to happen. You stand up, and no one will do anything there, right? And fourth point is, we all have to practice consciously. We are confident. We have to every day put all possible ways to achieve this. With action, with verbal practice, we are confident. And with regular practice, you will be confident, and you will be able to deal your day-to-day life in better way. And the last point, this somebody says, we have to make eye-to-eye contact. In one of the sessions, Shahana was talking about some classroom session, how we do that. I was not able to listen completely, but she was talking about eye contact, how to build the confidence, right? So definitely we will go and listen that audio once again. But in this book also, it says about, we have to make contact to build the confidence. And whatever we do, when we walk, we have to walk 25% faster, and we have to speak up and keep smiling. So I'm somehow connected to Art of Living, and I do Sudarshan Kriya, and it says, Art of Living, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, in that the entire focus is on happiness and smiling, right? So we all have to. I will suggest, if you get an opportunity, please go and do the Sudarshan Kriya. That is 4 days of session. I mean, don't take it otherwise. It's not an endorsement. I enjoyed it. It will change your life. You will feel happy, and whatever wherever you are today, you will feel more enlightened. That 4 days of Sudarshan Kriya is great thing anyone can do for themselves. Yeah, that's all from my side for today. Thank you so much. From next week, I will be better prepared.
I was wondering why Kishore is not prepared. I mean, how he did not. He told me so much.
Exactly.
You covered so many points without preparation.
Didn't sound like you were not
Yeah,
prepared.
thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Those are all useful points. So definitely, it was worth the talk. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kishore. So I think Sana will share about a very interesting topic on relationship. So Saurabh, can you spotlight us?
Okay. Hi, good evening. Kishore, yeah, I wanted to add the same thing. It didn't look like you were, unprepared for the topic. Well, it was really good. And good evening to all. We are Karthik and Sahana. You all know us. So I'm talking about a very crucial topic. Is there someone over here who has never fought with their wife or their spouse or their parents, sisters, anybody who's there, who's not? All of us have had clashes. We've had difficulty in communicating whatever we felt. We all have passed that phase, right? So I'm talking from this $1 million book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So, and I've taken a very interesting topic. The topic is how to communicate during difficult times. And when it is a difficult time, we majority or most of, in fact, all of us don't open up at all. We try to just try to argue more or try to fight the situation rather than actually expressing what we require, especially when it comes to women. So when we are fighting with the men, we start blaming unintentionally. Let me make this clear. It's unintentionally we blame, because at that situation we feel like we're not respected, we are not cared, we are not understood. So that's how a woman reacts, when she is angry and she wants to make her point. And definitely with the men's point of view also, the same thing happens, because the men feel like they are not respected, or they are not they're not valued enough. And the attitude that the women show, no, I'm sure all of you would have felt that guilt. And let me tell you, this is not just for couples, it's for any relationship between your parents, your siblings, your girlfriends, your friends, everybody. This stands standard. So yeah. And and we feel the men attitude towards us, that negative feeling towards us, we feel like we are unloved. And to the women, the men feel they're unrespected and not, and they may feel guilty with the attitude we show. So how many of us have actually tried to communicate? Forget if we want to argue, but have you ever tried to communicate lovingly? Does that love ever come while you're fighting? I don't think so. And half the time when we are fighting, the old anger comes and sits. So the author has given a very nice technique of writing a love letter. Although we have passed the phase of writing love letters, we can always make a WhatsApp message. And he divides it into 3 different parts of how you can express your love by writing. And the first step is to write your emotions as it is. So for example, I had a fight with Karthik. Touchwood example. We had a fight, and what he's trying to say is, what made you get angry for the fight? The first step is to write what is the anger part. Second is to write what is the fear part. What are you fearing when that person is reacting like that? Third is the sadness. What is the sad feeling you're getting when the fight is happening? Fourth is the regret, that you might lose this person, or you might lose on the situation and you don't know how to react. And the fifth one is love. So until you get to love your anger, your sadness, your fear, your regret, until you get to love, keep writing your emotions. So in fact, I did try this even before I read this book. I don't know how, but I did try this. I have written 2 pages until I reached the love emotion towards him. So when you write, like, don't share it with your partner. Don't make it as a letter and give it to them, but just write it. So the author says that when you put it down on paper, it's all the more easy for you to relax and speak with your partner. Say it need not be instant, because men definitely go into their caves when they fight or when they are not in the mood, when they are upset. So it's okay. I think you please share this recording to your wives or your parents as well, so they know how it is to communicate. So please write it down. And it's the same for y'all, for all the men. You need to write down what you feel, starting from the anger to the love. Same process. And the second step, so first step is to write it down. Second step is to expect the response. It's like the postscript of what you're expecting out of your love. It could be the way they communicate, or the way they want to or what we expect. So for example, I expect him to spend some time with me, and that's what I expect from him, so I'm writing that response. So the similar way, if you are expecting something, please write the response. And the third one is to share this letter and discuss the response letter. So for example, now I wrote all that emotions of mine. I did not share it with him. The second step I took for is, I was expecting this from him. Say we are having a fight about a financial decision. I want to spend it on something, and he says no. So yeah, we women want to spend on something, right? So but what am I expecting out of him? To come along with me, or we need to find a common point to find a solution for the problem. So that is the second one. And the third one is me exchanging that emotion with him. So it's the same with him. When I'm expecting something, he does express his emotion to me, and that's how we are able to communicate a lot better, especially during the difficult times. Now that we're spending a lot of time with the family, I think it's more important to express what you feel, and how to communicate is the whole crux of it. So write down and then you can speak. That's what I wanted to share.
Wow. Wow, so many nuggets, and yeah, it's like priceless ones. When I came to know about this book, I quickly grabbed it to understand, learn more than anything else. Relationships play a very key aspect in life, be it in your personal, professional, or if you're in a business, anything. Relationships is a foundation. Without relationship, it's very difficult to go forward in life. Okay, so I think she'll keep sharing some more of it in future talks. So thank you so much, Sana, for sharing it. So Nazir, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure, Karthik. Thank you.
Share a small.
You're able to hear me, right?
Yeah, we are able to hear you. Let us wish Nazir a happy birthday.
Very happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy
So, yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday, Nazir. Where is cake?
Yeah, cake. We'll plan. Or else you have to share me address. I can order on Swiggy.
I will send everybody's address, okay, after the book club.
मुझे देख के लगता नहीं कि मैं केक छोड़ने वालों में से नहीं हूँ. I will give you address.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks, Karthik. Actually, morning, Karthik shared the invite for book club, right? So he's the one from couple of years, without fail he will wish. So I thought, like, okay, he did not message, but then later he called. But I was sure, like, his message, his wishes will be there for sure. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Karthik. So I'll start with my topic. Hi, I'm Nasir. I'm working as a software developer with United Health Group, having around 10 years of experience. Today's topic is from Think and Grow Rich book. It's second chapter, Desire. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because there's some network issue today, so that's it. Yeah. So desire is the starting point of any achievement. And if you don't have a burning desire, that means you won't be able to achieve in the success what you want, you are actually thinking to achieve. So suppose many times we'll watch some YouTube video, motivational video, or we'll hear some success stories, and then we'll feel like, oh yeah, I can also do this. I am also capable of this. This will be there for 2-3 days. Then again, you will lose your interest. You will be busy with your daily activity routines and all, and soon that desire will dilute, and you will not work towards achieving that desire. So just thinking and wanting will not make you achieve that. So we should have a burning desire. So burning desire is something which will not leave you any time. So if you're even if you're eating, you're sleeping, if you're talking to anybody, also in your background of your mind, that desire will be running in your head. Okay, how can I do this? How can I do this? And you will try to focus towards the thing which will you think will lead to achieve that desire. So I'll start with some examples. So I have taken some global examples, and before that, I would like to start with my own personal example. So I was very uncompetitive. Like my nature is very uncompetitive. So whatever marks I get in exam, I'll just go. I will not work very hard towards my studies. And my parents also never forced. They were like not very strict. Yeah, they used to tell, okay, you study, study. Why you're wasting time? Your exams are coming. But somehow I used to get means I used to clear the exams, and I was always happy-go-lucky. So, that way I was never competitive. But one thing is, when I did my graduation in computer science, and after completing, uh, I was good in programming, whether it was C, C++, Java, VB, all programming language I was doing good, and all practicals, all assignments I used to do on my own. So there how desire got incorporated in myself that I want to be a software engineer. But after completing my degree, I was like again confused. Yeah, these people are only teaching for loops, while loop, if else condition. And if you see a Windows application or a web application, how it's possible to just build upon if else while loops. So I got discouraged. I think this knowledge is not sufficient to become a software engineer. Then I was looking toward doing an MBA, but somehow the things took a turn, and I took my admission in MCA, pursued it, and then after completing, there was a recession in 2008, and it was very difficult. So most of my classmates got placed. Only few of us were lagging behind because of my lazy attitude and non-competitive nature. So then that time I realized, okay, I got the feeling, okay, I had a good opportunity, but I missed it. So I struggled for 1 year to get job. Then finally I got a job in, means I was in Pune, I got a job in BPO. I was working in back office. So I got a industry exposure. Then but it was a non-technical job, and I wanted to do software engineering only. So I had some relatives in Bangalore, so they suggested, okay, you come down here and maybe we can do something for you. So I came here, then again, I struggled for 6 months, but I couldn't get any job. And things were getting even worse. So earlier it was in US recession, but then again it came to India also. And there were no openings for freshers at all. Then somehow I got a job in Mphasis, and I started working as a customer care executive. So that was a very tough time because it was 24/7. So I even worked in the night shift, and I am the person who will very rarely stay late in night. So I was finding very difficult. So finally I thought, okay, I'm going to quit this job, whether I get any other job or not. But luckily in that time only I got an opportunity. Like there is a means through my reference, I got one job, but they told we have an opening, but we don't have budget. So if you want to join just as a without salary, you can join. So it's your risk. So I took that risk. Like I was earning some 15-20,000 in FSC, so I left that job and I joined with like a trainee intern there, and they were paying just 1,000 rupees for me. And they from first day only they assigned me a project. So it was known as a competitive assessment tool. So they were planning to use this tool to do the assessment of all the employees for their appraisals. So I joined in October, and December and they were supposed to go live, and I was the lone fresher. So I had some knowledge over ASP.NET, so I started working and completed with some seniors guidance, like how to do things. And finally, they were happy with my success. I mean, so, my performance, and I was taken as a permanent role. And so that was one story about my experience. So I had a burning desire of becoming software engineer. So after that, so that's why I was persistently trying after so many hurdles also. Then after 2-3 years of experience, I thought, okay, now let's go and change the market. Let's see, try some bigger company. So when I went for an interview, I was not able to answer very basic questions also, like what is read only, and I felt ashamed of myself, like day in and day out I am writing codes. My work is appreciated, but I am not able to clear an interview. Then 3 months I dedicatedly prepared myself. I went through all the materials, online tutorials and all. I took Pluralsight subscription, and whenever I used to get free time, I used to prepare all topics: C#, ASP.NET, MVC, SQL Server, everything. Then after that, my clearance, like out of 10 interview, I used to clear 8 at least. And whichever I used to not clear, those were like I won't be having experience in web services or something like that. Yeah. So, but after that, now after life got settled, now that burning desire is not there. So I need to work on igniting a burning desire again to see something new heights. Other than that, a global example I've seen, like Elon Musk. He's one person, like we can learn so many things. If I think we will never, it's very difficult to find a person like Elon Musk. So we know already he has done PayPal, then he has done SpaceX, now he's doing Starlink, so many things, Tesla and all. And like for example about SpaceX, he went to Russia and he was planning to buy rockets from Russia, but they didn't agree. There was a price dispute. So he was not satisfied. Like he don't know, like can't do a word. So he learned rocket engineering by his own. That is like nearly impossible. Nobody can imagine someone learning rocket science by themselves and successfully implementing. And he has developed a rocket which can launch the satellites and come back again, and it's a reusable rocket. So I think I can talk much more about Elon Musk, but I am not sure whether how much time is there. So
maybe you can summarize and continue next week, Nasir.
Yeah, okay. So the summary is like if you want to achieve something, then you must have a burning desire, else your life will become routine and you will not be able to achieve what you're desiring. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful story. When you tell your own story, right, we'll be able to relate more. And yeah, like we all know 2008 recession because we also have experienced the same. And don't worry, if you want to ignite your burning desire, you are in the right association. I will connect you offline to ignite your burning desire much more from the next month. Okay. No worries. Okay. So yeah, I'll be sharing next. Saurabh, if you can spotlight me. Okay. So I hope my voice and video is fine. So hi all, this is Karthik and Sana, we both work in IT industry. So I think I was continuing a series on becoming a person of influence, right, from John Maxwell and Jim Donnan. So I'll be ending this series today. Okay, so we had a couple of points that we shared before in our previous talks. I'll quickly share my screen and we'll do a recap and go ahead with this. So I hope you are able to see the screen, right? Okay. So the last aspect which I want to talk in this book is a person of influence, okay, reproduces other influences. Okay. So just to have a small recap, we discussed about being a model, that is having integrity with people. And second is motivate by nurturing them. Third is being a mentor by navigating through their life difficulties and empowering them. And the last aspect which I'm going to talk today is about multiplying. Okay. How you can reproduce other influences. Okay. So let us understand what is the power of multiplication. So the author actually clearly explained, both the authors tell how successful they were because of implementing this topic, implementing this aspect in their life, reproducing influences and developing leaders, right? So they tell it is like a relay race. Okay, if you're running very well, fine, but if you're not able to pass on the baton to another runner, okay, you will be losing it. Okay, so you need to be able to pass on the baton smoothly to other people by influencing them and being a good leader. Okay, so what is the power of multiplication? Let us quickly go ahead. So reproducing leaders raises your influence to a new level. Okay, so if you take when you influence another person, when you influence another leader, okay, you're not just influencing that person, but you're indirectly influencing people that they influence, right? So reproducing leaders raises the new leader's personal potential. Okay, so if you are an independent resource working on it, working individually and getting credit, but you will be able to achieve only that much. But if you learn leadership principles and if you apply this technique of influencing others and developing leaders, you will be like, you can blow the lead of your personal potential, right? So reproducing leaders multiplies resources. Okay, so as a leader, when you pass on when you delegate the authority and share the load to others, okay, you will get some time and loyalty as well. Okay, so reproducing leaders ensures a positive future for the entire organization. Okay. Never be afraid of having or managing people who are better than you in certain aspects. Okay, because of them your organization flourish even if you retire or even if you leave. So John Maxwell tells a beautiful example from his own story, a real life story. In 1955, he resigned as a senior pastor from one of the churches where he had served 14 years. Okay, so when he had resigned and he started a new organization called Enjoy that was focused more on leadership growth and personality development, and that also became successful. But during that time, he got a beautiful letter from his previous church from one of his leaders saying, after he left the church, okay, it actually grew more than after he left. Okay, how can it be done? Because after 14 years of his service in that church, because he was able to develop and reproduce leaders there. Okay, so that's how it was able to run. So next thing is, we'll quickly see how we can awaken the reproducer in you. Okay, everyone will have that characteristic, but how you can uh, awaken that reproducer in you. Okay, first one is lead yourself well. If you don't lead yourself, how can you lead others? Okay, it's common sense, right? So it seems like the majority of the leaders are unsuccessful because they lack the inability. They can't lead themselves. Okay, they lack that ability to lead themselves first. Okay, so what are those leadership characteristics? It can be vision sharing, or it can be problem solving skills. It can be handling right priorities in your life. So many leadership aspects, qualities you need to develop. Okay, come have a strong burning desire like Nazir was sharing, and come up with a game plan to inculcate these qualities in you. Okay, so that you can reproduce. Then look continually for potential leaders. Okay, again, our industrialist Andrew Carnegie emphasizes, no man can become a great leader if he does all the work by himself and he takes all the credit for it. Okay, so we have to continually, like they say, right, if a student is ready, the teacher appears. It's also true that if a teacher is ready, the student also appears, right? So commit yourself to developing leaders, not followers. Okay, so I am sure you definitely agree, if you take any organization or any country also as such, okay, there is a leadership crisis. Okay, so if you take the strength of any organization or a population of any country and the number of leaders it has, you'll be astonished. Okay, there is a huge gap, right? So again, John Maxwell tells in every of one of his book, everything rises and falls on leadership. Okay, and one more thing is put your team first. Okay, I have some questions from the book which can decide whether you're putting your team first. Okay, what are they? So do I add value to others? Do I add value to the organization? Am I quick to give away the credit when things go right? Okay, is our team consistently adding new members? Do I use my bench players as much as I could? Okay, do many people on the team consistently make important decisions? Okay, is our team's emphasis on creating victories, okay, more than producing stars? Okay, if any one of your question has no as your answer, then you have to reevaluate your attitude towards your team. Okay, so one more, the last slide which I wanted to talk about is moving from maintenance to multiplication. Okay, so everyone organization of majority of the leaders are in maintenance mode. Okay, they are not growing. First one is like scramble. If you see 20% of the leaders in the development ladder, okay, they are not developing themselves and they're not helping people in their organization also develop. So because of which employees get frustrated and they move on. Okay, so these leaders are in a constant search of replacing their employees. Okay, that's why it's called scramble. Okay, second is survival. 50% of the leaders are in this level. Okay, wherein they are not growing, but they know how to maintain the employees in their organization. Okay, the employees are not leaving. At the same time, they are also not growing because their personal potential is not growing. They are also not getting any benefits, and employees are also not getting any benefit. I mean, the leaders. So as such, the organization is just average. Okay, people are just sustaining with no hope in the future. Okay, so siphon. Okay, 10% of the leaders are in this level. Okay, so wherein leaders are able to help develop other employees with their, they are able to influence and develop their leadership level, but they don't have good relationship with those people. So what do their leaders do? They will look out for other opportunities. So once they leave, again, these people, the leaders takes so much time, a lot of time to replace them. Okay, so that's why it's called like they are siphoned off from the organization, right? So third is last but one is synergy. Okay, 19% of the leadership, leaders are in this development ladder, wherein they also develop themselves. They also help employees develop, giving those benefits. They empower the employees. All those things are taken care. So what wonderful can happen, right? There is a synergy in the team because as such the entire company grows. Okay, rather than in parts. So, but the last level is significance. Okay, so majority of the people, leaders who are in synergy level, they don't realize they can move one step ahead in the ladder. It's called significance. Okay, this is where actual reproduction happens. Okay, a lot of leaders emerge because of reproducing influencers. Like whatever I told till now, they will be implementing this. Okay, so that's how like world gets impacted, and there are the potential and growth opportunities in significance is limitless. Okay, so finally I wanted to share, don't judge each day, okay, by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Okay, so that's how leadership is. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so you have to see how good your seeds are getting planted every day. Okay, so before I end, I would like to share a small story from like our book club is a perfect example. So if you see, we were attending Thursday book club. I think from past 1 year, Vijay has really attended any of the book club, right? I think he has attended, I think Saurabh can recall. He had attended only one book club wherein he helped us play a cash flow game and understand financial literacy. But almost one continuous year, like Kiran was driving the book club, right? And we were able to spin off because all the credit goes to you guys also for being participative and coming up with your good talks, right? So that's how the vision of PIM is impacting 1 lakh professionals with effective communication life skills this year. How we can do is by multiplying our book club, right? I think there are some 30 book clubs which will happen at PIM level. And when we can multiply our book clubs, when we can reproduce the leaders and the influencers, right? That's how we can achieve the vision of them, PIM of Vijay also. And internally, we can also grow ourselves. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share. And yeah, so thank you so much. So yeah, I think Sanjeev, you want to go next?
Yeah, shall I start, Karthik?
Yeah, if you can go on the next, otherwise I'll call Karthik if Karthik is ready.
Go because I have to
Even
I mean, if it's okay with you, Sanjeev, if it's okay with you, I mean, if you want to go, that's fine.
yeah, I'll go ahead. Okay.
I spotlighted you, Sanjeev. So Sanjeev will give about how he got promotion from his job, okay, through PIM learnings.
Yeah. Hi team. This is Sanjeev Reddy. I'm with this book club almost I think from 8 months, right? I think almost 8 months, but not. Yeah, I'm attending, but sharing very less times, maybe 3 times, maybe. Yeah. So now, just I would like to say how attending these PM classes helped me in my career. Okay, so just I would like to even give the one instance of, how I could apply the learnings from these PM classes. So actually, from Vijay PM classes, I connected many things in personal everywhere, but in professional career, I attended couple of sessions related to how a leader need to manage their report is like their DRs, on um how to achieve the goals with the help of team. So there, I think Vijay told anything, any company goal, right? So assume a company set a goal to you. So generally it is at a CEO level. Then slowly it comes to senior managers, directors, then senior managers, then maybe normal managers. Most of the times the goal is stopping at there generally, right? So nobody put I mean, at least developers don't think about goals and all. They think, right, okay, give some development work, I will do the development work. But in Vijay classes, Vijay told that any goal you have to make understand your team members until the low level, very low level. In fact, developers need to understand what is that goal, and you need to discuss with them, and you need to spend a lot of time with them to understand that goal, to I mean to explain that goal. And if they have anything differences, if they don't accept, and go to one-on-one meetings and explain them, somehow make them understand, somehow they need to accept this goal. So then only they really work for that goal. Your job, the manager job is done. Once you need to convince them, yes, that is the right goal, and they are accepting the goal. At least most of the developers, may not be 100%, at least some major part of the developers need to accept, yes, yeah, I'm accepting this. Then I think the manager role is almost done. So then the fruits will come like that. So because they are the actual developers, they are the actual implementers of the system. So this point, the whatever I told, same point came into one of my IJP. So actually last, I think 3-4 months back, one IJP happened, internal job position rolled out for a associate manager in under my senior manager. That is completely different project. Actually, I think last year in Hike Cycle, I asked my manager, okay, when you make me associate manager, and that time he told that that you will understand. He did not told, okay, actually he is actually associate manager, so there is no gap to go to that position. Actually, he need to go next position, then only I will go to that position. That's where I am there. he told, okay, I asked him, so when you, I'm expecting the associate manager, so when I can become, then he told, so that point, for that, his answer is, you will come to know when you get the promotion. Before itself, he told, like, before itself you'll come to know, and everybody will discuss about, okay, Sanjeev Reddy is becoming associate manager, like that. So, and even that capability you will understand. So that means many people depend on you uh, uh, to come to complete to get the help from you, what that role produces. So like that he told. I thought, okay, this never happens because he did not promise anything actually. Okay, this never happens. When he will go to next position, when I will go to that position. So like that, I'm almost. I thought, okay, stagnated. Even I thought, okay, I'll try outside also. So that time, luckily, one of my manager peer, right? So he resigned. So for that position, they rolled out a IJP. That is completely different set of applications, not my application. My applications what I am working. So anyhow, I applied for that. So for that position, they conducted interviews completely out of the director even. So because they don't want to get the influence by the current manager, my senior manager or my manager. So it's kind of hidden. So completely, so somebody else out, completely different director managers will do the interview. Okay, I thought, okay, for that everybody in the company, everybody will apply for that position. So there may be surely many people will apply. Anyhow, I thought, okay, I'll try seriously. I learned full Java, everything. I revisioned my full Java questions. I thought, okay, somebody told, even somebody will ask the technical questions also. So I reviewed, I learned even some, I don't know, Spring Boot, all those stuff. Still, I learned those. I revised my all old technologies. I fully technically I prepared. Again, there is two interviews. One is technical, then is one is more manager interview. So I prepared at the same time. This what is that, right? Vijay, one more point, right? If you are willing something, so I started that. I thought, okay, so that initially I thought I don't apply first of all. So then I thought, okay, many competition will be there. The two direct, before it was a project lead, but this time they directly, made that as a associate manager, and surely there are 5 to 6 resources will be there. So I don't know any leadership skills, how they will take me directly, like that. I am thinking, but little hope of right. Our, I can say. Then the second thought is like, okay, I know many things from PAM classes. I can become a better manager than others. That way I thought, okay, because I have a lot of theory. Only thing is I need to apply this. So if somehow I crack this, I can play the role very well. Like that I thought. So slowly I started kind of giving instructions to mind. Okay, I'll become. Okay, then the interview started one day. So there I thought the technical stuff, right? In technical interview, no single question in technical. So everything, like they asked about how do you manage team, those stuff questions, and little on DevOps. Most of the times DevOps. There I managed. So after 7 days, I think they arranged the second round. In the second round, again, I thought, okay, second round, maybe they'll ask technical questions. In second round, completely management questions. Like he's asking, okay, how do you manage your DRs if you assign somebody to you? Okay, and like all kind of full attitude questions only, no technical questions. But in that flow, he told one thing. Sanjeeva, you know, right? Our CEO is more focusing on the know your business, know your business. So all these days you are a developer maybe. So a developer or just module lead. So all this time it you might not focus on this, but from now you need to focus on the know your business. So know your business means basically their expectation is whoever working, right, you need to think about user perspective, you need to understand the business, then you need to give the design. So that way he told you need to understand that you need to make sure you achieve the know your business, your solution should be in that way, like that. Then I told immediately I thought, okay, this is the right time to sorry, are you able to hear me? Yeah, maybe I'll conclude in a minute. Okay. So this is the right time to apply Vijay policy, Vijay rules, Vijay theory, right? So then I told, yeah, I'm well aware of that, to know your business goal and all. His name is also Vijay, I think, Vijayan, Thampi Vijayan. So yeah, Vijayan, I have thought like this. You are telling, okay, all these days you are a developer. From now you need to understand this, know your business, but I kind of I have different opinion on this. Actually, the goal is not should not be stopped at the manager level. It should be taken into the developer's mind. So then only we can achieve this goal business. I mean, know your business. So I need to, yeah, I understand. Even I will tell my DRs to somehow I'll explain them until they accept this goal. I will work hard. So there I'll leave them. So then I need not work. So the fruits will come, like, because they are the actual developers. They develop the interfaces, right? So that time they are the unit, while they are doing the unit testing or testing whatever. So they feel, okay, this is not right. This takes too many steps to complete. So if they have this in goal in their mind, they will correct that. So that way I'll achieve. Then he really appreciated actually. Oh, nice, very good point you are telling. So really very good point. It should be go to the developers, not stop at the manager level. Even I told this meeting before meeting, right? So to convince the I extend a little bit to convince them. If I cannot, I mean, maybe in group it is difficult, so I'll go with one-on-one before I go to a big audience, so that I can achieve setting this I mean, goal into their minds. So he really impressed with that. So as usual, I thought after that I'm very confident he will surely recommend me for this position. So I think in second, third day they will. He recommended me for that position. I'm associate manager now. Uh, Thanks for Vijay for that. Even not only that, even many things I'm applying maybe next time, because now I'm completely in a different role, right? Before only development, now really I'm understanding my how this DRs will react, how resources reacts, how to convince them, and even I'm having the exposure to the interviews and all right now. So I mean, in doing interviews also very challenging kind of thing. Recently, what I experienced, maybe the next time I will talk about this taking interviews, the pains, oh, pains in the taking interviews. There are two pains. One thing from the who is giving the interview, one thing from the higher management. If you reject also have problem. If you accept also have problems. Yeah, even my total team around 6-7 people we did interviews. We thought, okay, normally we are doing and all, but there is a lot of challenges we faced from management. Actually, we face a lot of challenges.
Very nice, Sanjeev. Yeah, congrats on your promotion.
Thank you.
So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it's a proof that whatever we are learning and if we implement, we can really make. I mean,
you really make
Result
progress.
corporate.
Really, yeah, in corporate world, it's like I can say very good kind of Bhagavad Gita. For corporate world, Vijay, material is Bhagavad Gita kind of thing.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Corporate also, personal, everything, whatever Vijay is sharing.